Hey there, everyone. Happy Monday. It's time for us to jump back into more Pathologic. We missed Saturday stream simply because I had some... Hey, VFig. How you doing tonight? I missed Saturday stream because I had some kind of other stuff I had to deal with, and it kind of prevented me from being able to stream. So that also means I'm trying to remember where I left off. I think I've been redoing day 3 because there is supposed to be a thing where I presume I can talk to Peter Stamatin and like prevent him from doing something. I'm hoping that that's the way it works anyway. How's my fall on that? So don't need that. So I think we prioritize... That's an interesting question. Do we prioritize... going to... Yeah, I think we talked to the kids, and that sends us on the quest to chat with Peter at some point. See if we can get another health potion. All right. Okay. Name. Oof, okay. Wow. I have nothing to undo. So, oh yes, there is a thing to make me sad.
Tired of this noise.
I don't need my health to drain this quickly. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. So these are all... Wait. That's not empty. I'm positive I checked that last time too. Which means I'm going to try, since we got time, I'll check the other 2 in this zone. Because what I really need is health. Not anything in there, huh? There's another box over this way. But it's not filled. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to do that. Let's focus on trying to talk to Peter and hope that I can find some more boxes on the way. Clear, and there we go. Still, I saw they released a patch recently, but I guess they haven't fixed this. Let's keep going. Chat with you.
Your fingers are in every pot.
Okay, cemetery. And how am I on? I'm okay on amalgam, but could do better. Wait, why is there something already here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I assume he's already dug it up. He hasn't. That's what I'm supposed to do. Aha. Whoops. Okay, so now I can just we can go here. Interesting.
You're good, my little dove. My dove. Despite it all, you're good.
Oh, he's at Farkad's grave. Farkad doesn't let me talk. Right, because she talks to the dead. Doesn't let me talk about the polyhedron. Didn't even let me come close to it, huh? Didn't say, didn't ask. Is there anything for me to... What's this? Why is this one... Oh, it's Isidor's grave. Any boxes? Doesn't look like it. I think, though, because let's go back to the mind map. Well, let's, for the sake of it, let's try and follow Peter. We don't have a whole lot else to do with the rest of our day, I think.
I know that face, and I've heard that voice, and that smell. It's delicious.
So if we go here, now that he's presumably trying to find... Is he here? He's not here. Say hello. Right. VFig, how much would you like me to kind of reveal? Because there's I know it's been a while, and there's a lot that's happened. I think I'm gonna have to keep my mouth shut then, just to be safe.
The town dribbles.
What? I always like get kind of confused by the people just lying in the street. No. I would think there'd be more like item things just hanging around here. Okay. I'm gonna break my
So jittery.
very first mirror. Oh, that gave me more than I anticipated. Huh. Yeah, I will say there was something very, very surprising that happened fairly recently.
Nude, naked, gullible,
Oh,
vulnerable.
interesting. Okay. Something happened. Closed. It's true. Blueprint stolen. Blueprint's lost. His blueprints is gone. Now Orinda Ares will never rise again. Is it actually supposed to be the case? I don't
so
remember there
violent.
being a cache here, but I want to check again. Nope. Get you. That's very fair. So is there anything more? I can go to the cathedral. I just learn again about the cathedral. Oh, I might be able to repair that broken amalgam I've got. Slightly broken amalgam. So I guess it's worth going to the church and learning about it again. Huh. Anything in the flank? Where do places? I could try Lara's house. Could be stuff in there. I already checked that, I think. I'm a little confused because there was definitely that one in the bridge square that had stuff in it, and I'm positive I had tried all the ones in the bridge square before. So it felt like that one got repopulated with stuff. Just gonna
Who's
break
staring
that.
at me through the looking glass?
There's Lara. And no. Nothing I can... Is there anything in here? Still not sure why this room is open. I wonder if this room is open specifically because you come up here in Pathologic 2 just to be like, hey, is there anything up here? Nope, it's empty. I suppose it's possible that there might be something up there on a later day that I just haven't like encountered yet. Check here. Some paintings. So it seems like somebody sleeps here, but... Oh, I need to... Let's use that. I need to get my mania back up. Come on. Where's... Gotta be something. Gotta be something. Here we go.
I'd rather not hear this.
Does her back door work? Let me just get a little bit more mania, and then I'll go back.
Creak. Like a gunshot.
Invisible wall. And then from the inside, no, nothing, no prompt coming up here, no prompt there. Yeah, I guess the answer is no. Hello. That's a weird bug. Anyway, it's a little bit annoying to lose my mania. Let's go here. It's gotta be. Come on, come on. Come on. Dang it.
You're too high strung.
Oh, same interaction there. I need to get another one. Oh, cash. Guess I got plenty of walnuts to trade.
It was quiet the night ago.
You know, I've not yet gone to Yulia's house. There was some kind of conversation, I can't remember exactly what it was earlier, kind of saying like, hey, you know, Yulia's... That's weird. Like Yulia exists, but I don't recall any part of my mind map ever trying to like take me to Yulia's house. The visual bugs in this game are really...
I could use some quiet.
Yeah, she comes by the Stillwater now and then, but not a lot of like, oh, go visit her for XYZ reason. I would have also thought at some point the game would be taking me there. Let's see. Let's go here. So Bad Grief dies, and does he die? You know what? Fair enough. I'm trying to think. It's the it's the fourth day that the train thing happened. So I think it's on the fifth day that Bad Grief is killed. I guess the question is then, what do I do? But that at least is I think, future Dan Kosky's problem to solve. Not... Oh, wait. No, I did want that. That and that. What's... Whoops. Oh, there's something happening over there? What? Let's go up. I'm pretty good on health potions. Don't need to worry about that anymore. And I'm not sure I have much cause at this point to go back through day 3. I never played the Void.
All of this is an optical illusion. In reality,
Sounds
this
like
town looks completely
same town
different.
from Inglorious Death.
Tell me what you want and I will tell you who you are.
Oh, why is this conversation happening again? Simon's up to riddle for us. His death is a riddle. His disappearance is a riddle. Punching our town life for our riddle. Okay. Again, I did have that conversation before, so no new information for me. And no new items in there. I just go to the cathedral and that's it? Gonna have a conversation here. Yep. Seeing a song that you did not compose is forbidden. It's an unearthly place, therefore no earth should penetrate it. See this room? Cathedral produces it. Should be used wisely with caution. Interesting. I guess because that amalgam slice isn't actually broken, there's nothing to repair. I suppose I could real quick go talk to the caretaker. Rules are rules. Must not know what awaits them. Visitor pays in water. Sights from the bodies in return grants them visions. Narotex. Oh, there was the thing we talked about with Yulia. I do remember. I now remember there is one thing that we did talk to her about. I have to talk to her about it again at some point. Because I definitely messed that conversation up. Based on the conversations we've had, that would probably be right. She probably wouldn't agree. Oh, wait, what? This has sent me to there? Maybe I didn't have the right conversation. I don't recall that being there. Let's go talk to Yulia. Again, we got nothing else to do on this day 3. Let's go ahead and heal just to be safe.
A smart person crosses the stream where it's the shallowest.
Don't
But
smoke.
I'm not smart.
I guess we can. Townhouse cigarettes. What you might have seen. What do you think I saw there? Something impossible in the caretaker. They have the fish eyes. Huh. Not where he came from. Nobody knows that. Farhad said the cathedral itself created its caretaker. It sculpted him out of light and time. He's a kind of interpreter between the cathedral's language and ours. When you speak to the caretaker, you're speaking to the cathedral itself. Should have met Farhad. He was like that. You can never tell if he was joking or not. When Simon conceived the idea, he said he was going to create a space that produces time. Play on words, yet here we are at the time-producing cathedral. I have and I saw nothing, no miracles. I'm an outlier. Farhad said it was because I lacked faith. Consider the caretaker. According to Farhad, he simply appeared at the cathedral one day, talked about doing an experiment where we tie him up and dragged him. We talked about doing an experiment where we tie him up and drag him out of town to see what would happen, separating the caretaker from the cathedral. That's translation issue. Yeah, because we talked about it means it didn't happen. So, and the canes ruined everything. Any sound that pushes the limits of DC is done by the canes or on their orders. If you're talking to a cane, you're being manipulated, so you're better off not handing them any threads to tug on. Imagine you were hired to do what you knew would be your life's greatest endeavor. You devoted many years to it. Now imagine that your patron comes to you and says you've made a hash of things without explaining what specifically is wrong. They just show you the door. That's what happened to me 3 days ago. So I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. So they wanted me to, and I quote, rise above myself, which I was supposedly incapable of since I was too rational. I'll concede they rise above themselves all the time. It happens to your head's up your ass. Now demanding I leave. Is there a thing with Yulia? I vaguely recall like Yulia designed the streets. Is there anything special about that in P1? Demanding I leave, and I don't want to. You and I have different definitions of insanity. What has our town done to get you on your bad side? Oh, really? Every one of our problems circles back to the Kane family. On the way out is the railway, I know a train driver. O'Donnell goes by name Boulder. The Odong Village. They call him Boulder for a reason. No one would dare go against your wishes. Put in a good word for me with the Canes. Convince them not to banish me. Part of the equation he was always working on but never solved. Now they're putting their hopes for his return on you in you. Interesting. Ooh, nice. Amalgam. This would be the door to the backyard, wouldn't it? Yeah. Wait, maybe this one? Nope. One of those doors should have led to the backyard, and neither is accessible. And... oh, that's a pretty hard invisible wall, actually. Yep. We can try talking with the Canes real quick, because we got a couple hours left.
With every breath, your soul drains slowly away. So just keep your mouth shut. let it slip
Impossible
out.
objects. Expulsion is too strong a word. Simply no longer require a way of thinking. She is free from any obligation to us, and thus she has no reason to stay in the town. Feels very better when desires clash reality. Reality is a store of matter. Interesting. I feel like this is the wrong answer. Why if you're for in the first place? You have a lot to do today. Let's try to waste time on a pointless discussion. Nothing more important. Interesting. Huh. Wonder why that's still on the map. What would happen if I were to... Oh. Hello.
A smart person crosses the stream where it's the shallowest. But I'm not smart.
Don't bother. Don't know what I was hoping for. They appointed you head of the plague response. I'd at least listen to you. Let's go with that. Have better opinion of him. 15 to be like the reasonable Kane. That probably affects something later. I mentioned earlier there was a sequence at which I went and talked to Yulia about something and kind of like failed and would need to do it again. And I think doing that might be what I needed to get that conversation to go a better way. We will find out, I think, in several days. So let's try and go to the clock real quick. No point in waiting around for the day to end. I don't think I can talk to Ava. Nope. Oops. So what items do we have? I think I want to get rid of... We get rid of these matches. We can get rid of this because I don't think there's anything worth trading. We get rid of that. Okay. Now... We can go to day 4. Yeah, let's go to day 4. I don't think there's anything left on day 3 to do. Okay, so we can undo this. Let's see. Shouldn't claim I would talk to them. So I did that. That's going to be something for later. I wonder if... There's a couple ways that this could go. I still feel like letting Clara work at the hospital is what I'm supposed to do. So these should all be good. So I think it's just going to be trying to say bad grief. I think that's the only thing. Oh. What? First attempt. Orderlies. Minus contagion, minus unrest. How is it that I get more orderlies? There's got to be something that I can do. I'm also curious, because I'm positive on day 7 I beat up the shop. I may it's just hidden by the post-it note. Actually, the hygiene awareness removes unrest. Huh. Let's do our vaccine. That's a bit much. Unrest, contagion. Yeah, no, I did. Okay, so if the day... I see how it works. How are we doing on... We're fine on medicine. We're basically fine on our sort of basic materials. I feel like the most important thing is taking out the Shabnak each day. So I might like try and prioritize, not prioritize, but like if what I'm doing is basically like replaying each day to like do all the stuff. At least all the major stuff that I like know that I'm trying to get accomplished, then I might try and make it a mission to like spend a cycle to take out the Shabnak. A little bit's good. It would be handier if there was something. What if we did this to try and keep unrest low? Take all. Do I? Ugh. Of course. You wouldn't happen to have any. You do not. Love that. I assume. Oh, talk to
They say
Ava.
it's not pox and not cholera, so it can't be that bad, can it?
Count your buttons. There's something missing from your coat. Children came by early this morning, making dolls. You, Burak, and Clara stole something from Burak. Clara gave the couple fishing hooks she wears. Come for your buttons to make eyes for your doll. You have 3 of everything here. 3 ruling families, 3 parts of town, 3 answers to the main question. Even the children know that. You all want to win. That's what you have in common. While one little envoy begged me for your buttons, the other children were arguing about how to play properly. They decided the dolls should help each other at first and then argue at the end. I'm wondering how much of this is like a reference, because I believe in Pathologic 1, the and again, I don't know like how layered this is in the sense of, like, taking it seriously, but I believe there's like an ending or a reveal of like the town itself is like the plaything of basically a couple of kids, and your character is just like a I don't remember if it's like described as a doll again, because I haven't played it myself, so I'm working off of like secondhand information here. Cool, got some more amalgam. Let's see. Bad grief, pride, transportation. Supposed to be Georgie in the workshop today. Let's go ahead and do this quest line first. Although before that, let's go around and see if any of these boxes have stuff in them. That doesn't have anything in it. That doesn't. And I think that one doesn't. So these 3 are empty. Can trade with the kid at least. Get one more.
Things everywhere.
Oh, let's get that. Keep all of your bound alive and all of one of the other 3 healers. Okay. You get an invitation from the powers that be. Meet inside the polyhedron, and you go there and you find you are now doll-sized, tall, a small garden where 2 kids tower over you. Model of the town in a sandbox, and yeah, interesting dialogue. I think I've like seen like not the dialogue, the full dialogue itself, but like bits and pieces of it. I think there's supposed to be Pathologic 2 is supposed to have a kind of reference to that as well on in the opening scene. Sure, whatever. I've got so many. As Clara, you meet them much sooner on like day 7 or 8 as part of your main quest. That's interesting. Because I know that you could have a conversation with Clara where you're, after that meeting, where you're like, hey, did you know? And she's like, yeah, of course I knew. Or something along those lines. Really, I'm trying to think if I remember like any particular conversations with those 2 kids, because nothing comes to mind. Would you mind helping me resolve matters of some complexity? Experience is a rather relative thing. You seek to understand Simon. If so, be instructed to put yourself in his place. I already have my own thoughts, but I'll ask this. Yep. Laws made of rules, justice with nuance. Law admits no exception. Justice is built entirely upon exceptions. Consider this young man, for example. By the letter of the law, his fate is the gallows. They're an Artemis dream of the... Oh. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't... I just kind of associated those kids. I think in part because they're just like kid models, I just associated them with... the kids of the town in general. Killed his old man. Wasn't his real father. Turned out wild, climbing through neighbors' windows, stealing things like a magpie. Dragging his loot home. The whole street heard it. They heard the screams, and I was yelling, saying, "How dare you speak to it?" Screaming, the father said, "How dare you speak to me like that to a boy who, by your own account, does not speak?" That was his gift. He could see beyond dilemmas and paradoxes, reconciling compassion with law. When faced with two resolutions, he was able to choose both. If you weigh another's fate, you can only use the scales of your own conscience. Return the day after tomorrow. Another dilemma awaits. Interesting. Dualism. Not even going to take any of that stuff. Another bug here. The mind map literally... Oops. Not like too big for where stuff is put. I'm a little surprised about that. Comes again. Interesting, huh? Okay, that's not helpful. And yeah, another bug is sometimes the game repeats conversations. Move.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Let's see. Let's try. I want to prioritize first. If I can get another health potion thing, and then see about the train. These are 5 apiece. Let's do that, split, and that. Use morphine. Yeah, it's... I mean, a game of this scope is going to have bugs. Like, there's no way around that. I do find it kind of surprising. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Like how many bugs, and like, well, I say bugs, and I guess they are bugs, but like, I do find it surprising the kind of bugs. that are pretty prevalent. Like certain visual stuff is like, okay, that's, you know, the our floating eyeballs from earlier. There's like trees where the trunks don't like load in, and so they're just like a bunch of floating leaves and stuff like that. Like that's usually one thing. The gameplay bugs, so things like, oh, we made the borders of the mind map such that there are entries you cannot look at. It's actually going to be interesting because I'm hoping for right now that I haven't messed up that conversation, that kind of judgment of the kid. I'm not sure there is a wrong judgment. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I'm hoping there isn't, because going to the mind map, I can't undo that. If I'm supposed to do something else, there is no way for me to undo it right now. So in effect, the game is broken. And it's weird because there's stuff like that. Because those are the things that you would think would get picked up in playtesting. Yeah, that's like, I'm sure will be fixed at some point, but like, that's the thing that kind of gives me some level of pause. I think I talked about this like 2-3 streams ago, was something like the thing, like I enjoy the story, but it feels very much like they focused pretty much exclusively on the story. Maybe they were just like working like almost nonstop up until like the last moment, and just like did not have time for like fixing a lot of those little things, because it's like some of these things are like so blatant that I think if I wanted to be less charitable, and I would have, I feel like I would have good cause to be, it would be like, this feels incredibly lazy. And so like, of course they're trying, they're fixing things, and it's weird because like, you know, we were talking about the hot fix that like fixed the glowing paper, which was still glowing even though I had the hot fix, and it kept continuing to be glowing. It's now still glowing. It's just glowing a different color for me now. So not terribly like, doesn't really address anything. But yeah, it just feels like a lot of the it's a lot of effort after the fact. That's like, how much of this probably should have been caught before. I'm actually curious then why. Like, was it rushed? Was it like they were, because like, when was the Void was their last game, right? And when did that come out? That was like a couple years ago. Maybe it wasn't that. Could have been. And so maybe the issue was that they wasn't The Void their last game? Or am I thinking of I thought The Void was what it was called. But again, since I didn't play their last game, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Then what was their last game? There was something between P2 and P3 that I feel like came out a couple years ago. And Franz. Maybe it was No by Heart. Maybe that was it. But maybe they were just running into like financial issues that sort of forced them to kind of rush stuff. I'm just curious why these kinds of problems exist. Admittedly, I don't know on release how Pathologic 2 was. Like, I'm sure it had issues, but I'm wondering if they're like issues of this caliber on its initial release. Plays a test of us all for the sick and the healthy alike. Uh-oh. Half a dozen or so, and we're already at what? Well, I guess I wonder if that would include hot fixes or if that's major patches. Interesting. Which I think prevents bad grief from being killed. Cool. Love that. Interesting. Nothing else. Okay. Oh, do I have... I've got 3 whole... Oh, these don't stack, huh? So... Seven updates in total for P2. And we're already on how many for P3? Like 3? Let's... Whoops. There we go. Move. I'm already gonna need to fill my health back up. Aha. I thought there might be a cache here. And of course. Alright. That's okay. Because all I'm going to be doing at this point. So what I'm going to do, I think the best way to handle searching for the flower to take out the Shabnok is to go into the Plague District, run around, find it, because it'll probably take a lot of charges, especially because I've literally been through here twice and have failed to find it.
I will kill you, Death.
Or in this case, it's right over here. It's somewhere over here. Or not. No, it's... I think it's over here. Or not. It's... So the problem is I can't tell because the noise of the Shabnok chasing you Oh, leave me alone. Well, sorry, I think I like misspoke. What I'm looking for is a flower. It's this kind of bulbous plant. And by inspecting the plant, I can... Why can I not interact with that? Basically get the... like a sample of the plague that I can use to make like a counter to the Shabnok, and it like expels her for the day. But it's obviously like really hard to find. I guess it would be easier if I were to just like use my vision, because I know it does actually stick out. Oops. Like that. Alright, that's what I needed. We can get out. Where's my... Whoops.
Much of the world.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize this was basically Clara's side quest. I literally need need to be careful. Oh, if I go this way... I just need to go here. We go to Stillwater. Oh, which goes together with the whole thing. You were here for that on when you meet Clara and she says like, yeah, oops, wrong one. No, it's here. And she says like, I can't remember if she directly says it or if she just heavily implies that the okay, I'll do all three. That the plague is like the her doppelganger. And so like the Shabnok is Evo Clara.
Shabnaka taken. The golem of steppe legends. Myth. Fiction.
I know you're here. Gotcha. Not right now. There is a mechanic later. Because it turns... I think the way the bonfires work... When Clara described it was, if you just light a bonfire, she'll get distracted by it. I think the way it actually works is if a fire's lit and she like is on it, she'll get stunned. Which makes it kind of less useful as a like counter. Because why is it doing that? Because you have to like maneuver and stuff like that, as opposed to it just being like it's always there as a distraction. It does, however, come into play later. So starting on like day 7, I think it was. Apparently, because what I learned at one point was that when there are multiple infected districts, there's only one that actually has a Shabnok. I was like, oh, this is your way to like kind of figure out where to go to tackle that. And starting on one of the later days, all the districts have a Shabnok, but only one of them is real. So you use the bonfires to figure out which one's the real one. Nice. Which does in turn mean that like I basically completely ignore the the matches.
Things are animated.
Alright, so we do another trade. Not really worth it. You know what? One thing I should do. Let's grab these. Okay. Let's discard these. Move these. Tobacco. I think your pistol retains ammo across days. This is kind of a good opportunity to test that idea out. What was... Here we go. B was reload. Put one bullet in. Put one bullet in. Put one bullet in. And that should be all those bullets. Move. Oh, didn't mean to move that. Just wanted to be sure. Got a butterfly in a box. Okie doke, okie doke, okie doke. I think I can still visit, whoops, the backbone and do a trade there. Although I think, because I think I've done everything hopefully right. I'll go ahead and just use those. I don't really need tobacco in my inventory. Take that. We'll take those. How much of these? They're 5 a pop. Split. And of course, move. Again, annoying like oversight, lack of polish thing is that you can't combine stacks. I'm pretty sure. Oh, interesting. Maybe these actually don't. Maybe these really do have only a stack of 2 available? Huh. I could swear the morphine stacks up to 3 at least. The small morphine does. Let's go here. Since it's not really pointing me to anything, there's nothing that the game says I need to do. I think that's it for day 4. I think we go to day 5, and on day 5 we should theoretically be able to talk to Bad Grief. Because people should no longer be mad at him for doing the little trap. I think that's the case. Let's just waste time. I mostly want to go to the pantomime at the end of the day, just to see if there happens to be like a conversation with Ava. Part of the reason I wondered if I should have tried to do that on the previous day. But, oh well. Maybe that's a bad idea. Will the game cause a problem if... Okay. Was wondering there might be an issue of like trying to do this transition back to Stillwater.
The audience is wondering, Venerable Simon, will you step on stage this time? Simon remains silent, and the audience frets as well. Our Father Simon, are you dead or alive again, like the last time? No, Simon keeps his silence, and the audience is puzzled still. Did you ever exist at all, Simon, or were you only a shadow on the screen? Simon the Wise, grant us answers, we beg you. All quiet. It seems Simon has forgotten his lines, and now he needs a prompter.
Just like the last time. Because now the question is that supposed to be a reference to something in the world that is at some point he supposedly died and came back to life, or is that meant to be a reference to something else? Like one of the other games. I guess I say other games, but like specifically Pathologic 1. Okay, so I think we do day 5 now. So I know I got Octay right. I had to redo these two. What would happen Turns human blood into a blood has been finally caught. Interesting. Interesting that I can't do... Can I not change this because... Surely I must be able to. Hold on. Casebook. Oh, we did get... Yeah, because we've got the vaccine for day 5. Disinfection. Let's do disinfection. Let's do... Oh, I don't have enough orderlies for that. So it's Protocol 5, but I don't have... I'm really curious how it is I get more orderlies. Because that's probably the single most effective thing I can do. That's probably... I get slightly more contagion out, but it costs me more materials. The delivery here, like, they don't do expedited delivery, so it's still going to take like 5 or 6 business days to like even ship out here. It won't come in time. So that's pretty much 1 for 1, but so is that. Let's go with that. I guess let's do... So I can't do disinfection then. Yeah, you'd think I'd be able to. It would be kind of nice. Let's do some requisitioning. Do we just... That's minus 30, whereas stopping time... Well, let's go ahead and do that. Feel like getting rid of the shop knock's the most effective thing to do. Too late? Oh, okay. Nothing there.
Every creak, like a gunshot.
Who are you? Oh, okay. I also never ran into that issue before of kind of people just completely disappearing. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna cheese this. And then we'll spend an extra few minutes going to Isidore's house. Wait, what? It should be just over here.
It was quiet
Yeah.
in the attic.
No. Can't talk to you. Is there anything?
Well knows the kitten whose meat it has eaten.
Oh, Sicky again. Think so too. Huh. That doesn't actually change anything.
They lived happily ever after, and horribly ever before.
What the heck is that? Interesting. Something on YouTube had decided to start playing automatically. Super Sunshine Uncle disappearance, his body, if it doesn't matter much. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the voices that well, so saying like this one definitely is or was this character is hard to remember for certain. Okay, so nothing there, so I guess that was kind of a waste of time. Let's do this. Well, I don't think that was quite right, but Reuben stole the body. Interesting. Again. Okay. Town hall. Change your sense of humor. Plague, pneumonia, other complications swayed you from your goal. Did you know that Simon was planning to build a new town on the other side of the Gorkon? Scanning Light may follow this family, his friend Isidore Barak, the Onerotex. Dream making this place making this wild place utopia. There's Yulia. She mapped out the streets. Farkad built the cathedral and the Stillwater. And there are others. To reach it, you cannot build a utopia merely a staircase to assist in the ascent to perfection. That's what Simon promised to us all. Perfection, transition to another plane of reality. That end proposed first transitioning to the other shore. Let's go, because there was something about like refusing to understand things or at least try to understand things. And so I feel like leaning into like, I understand, and like, you know, this dialogue option of like, this would have taken a big effort probably is something Georgie wants to hear more than the other. Do you believe in a clean slate? For as long as I knew him, Simon saw the way to shed the burden of the past rather than carry it forward into the future. Part of his longevity is secretly so fervently seek. Simon wanted to free the town from itself. Can't tell you more than I understand myself. So there's the town on the other side of the river. So Simon's disciples who channeled his will into architecture all work together for a utopia. Their legacy is easiest to see here in the stone yard. The poly. Aha. The other bridges to the new town didn't leave behind so much as a name. Right at the chorus. The cat with the fiddle, all tired and torn. The cow and the maiden, all forlorn. Their song was beautiful before each one began to play their own tune. And then Farhad died. Qui fatum e furca es pendere haud mergitur unda fatum fate? It's pendere. Yeah, I recognize at best like one or two words. I feel like there's one that like I don't know, but I feel like is related to like it will make sense when I see the translation. Pandarius to hang. Okay. I will leave that for now. Is this going to be the same conversation? Of course. Wait, no. Huh. We didn't know. It was just a guess for you to confirm or refute, and he just confirmed it. Perhaps that's maybe why he did it. Any corpse has one flaw. It is finite. Simon's is no exception. Ruben claims he made this vaccine, but too little of it because there was just one body, and he used up the supply. Everyone grieves in their own way. Some wear mourning clothes, others join the convent, still others steal the body of the man they idolize and rip it open in hopes of making a vaccine. I mean, okay, so what happened was, Ruben's claim is that Simon was in fact still alive. And so Ruben killed Simon to basically harvest his body to try and make a vaccine for the sand plague. So that's what Ruben told us. And so he whose fate is to hang from the gallows will not be drowned by the waves. Huh. That's an interesting line. Interesting. Evading the question, Geordie's not happy with that. Suum quique. Interesting. Ruben saw the body, but he had his reasons. Huh. do I have any? No. I mean, I do have plenty of health potions, so I guess that's fine. Did I already? I did not yet, because I didn't have anything to trade with you. That's what it was. That's not... Split. Let's go ahead and do that.
Not so sure.
Probably gonna have to loot some more stuff, because I imagine that the air is abuzz with too much mania. Or I guess we just do this.
I could use some quiet.
That should be good enough. Alright, so we... Oh, I thought we... No, because Victor's up here. That's what it is. There he is. Find the sound. Alright, they are telling tall tales about you. Except from Russian sources. Huh. To make a candle flame bow, just a look. Over 3 meters tall. Have you ever loved a living person? Thought person would never be enough for me compared to a dream. That I met Nina. She alone could rival a whole world. Call you a tyrant, say you're the one who's infected the town, that you issued draconian decrees, that you're a sadist. Not those really good ones. Although I wonder if those... Because there was something on... It's actually introduced on this day about... the like implication that maybe dialogue options exist depending on your mental states, so that if you're manic you will talk more manically, if you're apathetic you'll talk more apathetically. Because like every single one of those options seemed like they were like, this is going to increase your mania. So I wonder if that's the case. Like if you were more, were more like, you know, middle of the road or apathetic, if that would have affected anything. Oh. Could dodge taking power in town. Nil sine magno vita labore dedit mortalibus. Life, work, or labors, nothing Sine. I know that word, but I can't remember what it is. Magno would be something like great. Mortalibus. Sine is without, yeah. That's what it is. Gedit and Mortalibus. Doing your methods. She's peeing after Simon, but I never shared that thought myself. Compared to Simon and Georgie, I'm a down-to-earth man. Head's not in the higher realms. A lot more than me, though. Everything that has to do with the anti-plague measures. Might have been as cruel as you. Were I in your place, I might have been even worse. Nothing's given in life without great effort except death. Yeah, wouldn't it just be something more Mortis or something closer to that? Yeah, I wonder what Libus was supposed to be adding to it. The one who has to choose between cruelties, not me. Dosia non novit, qui non gustavit amara. That one I don't really recognize anything. Huh. Should be a thing down here. Well, wait, what? That was weird. I could have sworn that it said loot there a moment ago. Let's leave that mirror for now. Were the warehouses... The warehouses were chaotic on day 5. That's interesting. I'm positive of that. Maybe they... Oh! Wait, what? Huh. He does not know sweetness who has not tasted bitterness. Okay. Simon's murderer. Maybe I do need to do... Maybe I do need to go back to yesterday. Shoot. I thought it was for the train car, but... Not really anything left to do. Hold on. Right. No, there is. Nothing's given life to mortals without great effort. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I think I want to try talking to Clara. I don't like having apathy. Hey! Isn't that lucky? Alright. I need to get some stuff to increase my mania and my apathy. So that's 12. And apathy is going to be most important. Splits. So 8. Can trade the reagent. I don't need the reagent today now that I think about it. I also don't need to trade an extra nut. So I think what I can do... There's a few possibilities I could try.
Boiling, cracking, screeching, living.
Ooh, life has given mortals nothing without great effort. Okay, that could also be reasonable. Yep, that's a pretty good translation right there. Okay, so what happens if... Oh, of course there's nothing in there.
He's looking after you from above. Protecting, perhaps, or preparing.
I think I need to follow
Rough
this.
as touch, safe to touch. Smooth as bone, leave it alone.
Voice has a mood. It's not her say who she's with. So if I, for example, drive myself to apathy or psychosis... Hold on. Okay, so what precisely does that mean? Because when they're saying apathy or psychosis, are they meaning like at the extremes? Or are they just meaning enough to like drain you? This way. I hate being apathetic. I'm slow and I lose amalgam. Oh, that's a like NPC who's, because I think there's a decree that you can issue called like stopping time, and where you basically put like planks up over the clocks in the town. I can't remember the logic of why that is a decree and or even why it apparently works. But those NPCs are there to be like, oh, time stopped, therefore I have to stop as well. And it's like they'll carry on a conversation with you and everything, but it's like I gotta stay, you know, and literally like I gotta stand here, like I gotta pee but I can't move. It is very funny. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
There's a lot of me, not so much of you. Shall I sing a song for you? Life blooms only while... Will no one believe me? Will no one reach out to me?
Okay, so you do have to have full psychosis. I guess maybe that was all it was. You can do those initial conversations because I obviously was like getting a lot of mania there. Wasn't myself, and it doesn't matter anymore. Home with the rod. Okay, so if I go, let's go ahead and use these.
More clear.
I think I never followed through on this. Oh, come on. Yeah, like being like completely in psychosis like really does a lot for your speed. It, of course, does not do a lot for your health. Huh. Interesting.
Some people cast big shadows, and some shadows cast big.
Filled with broken glass, every heartbeat pushed the shards further in. Did not want to steal, but he left me no choice. The Rat Prophet. Met the stairway to heaven under certain conditions. Comes at night when the southern wind blows. Keen to smell when the northern wind blows. The town carries a different scent. There's chill in the air. Sometimes he doesn't answer the summons because of the wind. The wind is blowing from the south today. I'm sure he's in town. Tomorrow the winds will change and he'll leave. After dark, to the stairway to heaven in the backbone. I think I know the one she's referring to. Okay. Hey, more stuff to loot. Rat Profit's up there. At night. Said at night, but. Huh. Take that. Anything over here? Let's just skip that bit. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, one thing I've never tried to do is trade with the kid in the rioting district. Or not kid? Huh. Curious. Wonder when. I don't think. I don't think it's technically night according to the game, but I wonder when night is.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
See if 7. Seven feels like a reasonable time. Nope. That's what I wanted. Nope. Went the wrong way again. Guess I can get rid of this. There's another box here. Okay.
The town dribbles.
There's another box over there, I think. Yep. Okay, well, more stuff to trade at least. Another box. Mirror. That's probably not going to be enough. Okay, so I didn't get anything for that. Unfortunate. That's one of the things I haven't really been trying to do is euthanizing the patients in the plague districts. Because I was talking the other day about amalgam being a potentially limited resource. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think those candles were lit before. Here we go. Hello. What do you want to hear, human? Shut up and ring the bell. Such useless creatures noise the only thing humans know how to make. Someone's dislike wasting time, dislike trouble. When there are humans, there's always trouble. Some that yourselves. Plague only comes to cities. Comes wherever humans gather. To any place you stuff to bursting with your disgusting, hairless, tailless bodies. Where there are no humans, there is no disease. Back things get to all here. The play will go with you. It will be better for everyone. Humans are always like that. They made nothing but death and excuses. For the better, leave the rats alone. Rats were here long before you. It was you who came to their land. It is you who should leave. And I see in your eyes, the thought to poison my kind will come to you any day now. Don't do it. Show mercy for my kind human. I'll make it worth your while. Interesting. So I need to not pick that. And conversely, I wonder how effective it is as a plague prevention measure. Whoop. That was close. Let's see here. And then... Oh, we'll talk to this dude. Oh, we can't. I guess I know I already had a conversation with him, so... Or, not him specifically, but with one of his fellows. So I was wondering why he kept showing up, and I thought it was so I could have the conversation again. Right, gotta do this. I was correct. I have 6 bullets in my revolver, which is what I left the last day with. So I think if you trade for bullets and kind of like find a safe place where you can reload your pistol, then you get to retain those bullets for any other later day. Or I guess earlier day, because I think your that part of your inventory, unlike other stuff, stays the same. Let's trade with you. So I still need to go back and figure out how to save Bad Grief. I mean, is it just as simple as, like, I've not gone to talk to him since... What day even was it? Maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe I just need to find him in his hideout. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to day 4. We're going to undo this. Bad Grief is dead on day 5. So I'm going to theorize that there's a way to save Bad Grief on this day. And I'll try tomorrow night to see what can be done. The first thought I have, like I was just saying, is that if I go to his hideout, maybe there's something I can do there. Because today. See on the map. That's probably what it is. What probably happened is that I did a bunch of other things and it was too late. So I probably just need to go here first thing to say Bad Grief. Kind of like with Ruben, I think also on this day. I need to do it first thing or else it was too late. So that's probably all I need to do. I can save him and then he'll probably play some kind of role. Phrased differently, oldest source is an 1842 book of French proverbs. Interesting. I could potentially believe it going in either or even both directions. Either in the sense of like a French proverb that got Latinized, or yeah, it's a possibility. I think there was the one that you found. I could swear that came from. I don't remember, but from an actual Roman author, like maybe it was a poet or something along those lines. I can't remember which one it was because obviously we've gone through so many Latin quotes at this point. Anyway, so I think what I need to do though. Oh, Sweetness was from Horace. Okay. Anyway, so I think what I need to do. I think if I save Bad Grief, that'll probably impact something on day 5. And I'd redo day 5. I'd probably just do the one little thing with Bad Grief and then move on to day 6. And I just continue that trend. What I might want to try and do on in replaying both of these days is collect some medicines that I can use to try and get some more amalgam. Because I could start breaking the mirrors, but I've already started breaking a few mirrors here and there, but like I'd like to save them as like a last ditch thing where I can. So, and Millie following this through might give me some amalgam, so that might be helpful. but we are kind of like cutting into our supply, which is actually an interesting aspect of how the game's mechanic works. I do wonder if it's intentional, in the way that the game does and does not drain your time depending on how you choose to use it. So there's like some optimization that you can definitely do once you know how to play the game properly. Although I don't know, there is also knowledge you need to have of like going through the days. So it's kind of like weird back and forth you do still need to do. I wonder what there probably is like an optimal route to take if you really wanted to like break it down. I wonder what it would be. This is actually a game that you could, well, it'd be long. I'm actually curious what it would look like, but that you could try speed running. I would think the speed run. I'm now just like kind of wondering aloud to myself. I feel like the speed run would probably look something like beelining to the to kill the Shabnok each day. Because that does a lot. I don't think it's enough, but it does do a lot. Anyway, but the keeping my amalgam levels decent is, I think, still doable at this point. I just need to be careful. So anyway, we'll go ahead and call it here. It's a teeny tiny bit early, but that's fine. We still made a good amount of progress. Went through days 3, 4, and 5, and did a bunch of finished out a bunch of quest lines. So, we're kind of like, my goal has been kind of like to try and do as best I can to like go from day 2, our earliest day that we have access to, and like kind of do everything, even if I have to do it multiple times in a row, and then start working our way up. And that feels like it's useful because it gives me the opportunity to like redo things while it's still fresh in my mind, and like make sure that I get things kind of handled on each day. And that's like, okay, if there's something that's left or something that needs to be cleared out, it's like, okay, I can just handle that real quick, and then like, do things like I was talking about, like, okay, well, now I can focus on trying to go into a plague district and finding some people who are suffering that I can then ease their pain, quote unquote, and get myself some amalgam, or I can like use that time like go around like do trading or searching for caches and things like that. So it feels like a pretty good strategy moving forward, for at least for right now. There'll probably be a point later on where I won't be able to do that, but or at least it'll be harder. I'll probably have to do more jumping back and forth, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. So with that said, head out for the night. VFig, reference for that power about fate. Collection of evidence from Marshall. All right. Huh. Interesting. And what was it? Fate one was... Fate is to hang from the gallows, not be drowned by the waves. That one does feel pretty like it came from a source. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully you do find that right volume, assuming it exists. That said, VFig, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Good to see you. I hope you get a chance to play this game for yourself soon. But until then, always happy to have you around. Not especially so, but in no small part for the Latin translations, which I certainly could not do on my own unless I want to take a 5-minute break each time to go on the internet and try and track it down. So that is always appreciated. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Anybody else who happened to be here, you are appreciated, even if you were just lurking. And I will be back tomorrow night with more Pathologic 3. So take care, everyone. So long.